Monday, 9/8 Central.
Channel 6 News 10 at 10 starts with this breaking news alert.
Good evening. I'm Jackie Ochoa. Thank you so much for joining us. Breaking news tonight: after more than 16 hours of deliberations over 2 days, a Florida jury finds George Zimmerman not guilty. George Zimmerman looked quite stoic as a judge read the verdict reached by 6 women. His family watched from behind. Trayvon Martin's family not in attendance. The jury had been given the option of deciding the lesser charge of manslaughter after a tense courtroom battle by the defense to keep it out.
State of Florida versus George Zimmerman. Verdict: we, the jury, find George Zimmerman not guilty. So say we all foreperson.
Prior to reaching a verdict, jurors stepped out of the deliberation, asking generic questions regarding a manslaughter charge. Shortly after that, they reached the verdict of not guilty. We are also tracking local breaking news out of Sarpy County tonight. The Sheriff's Department and the Iowa State Patrol are investigating a shooting in Gretna. The call came in after 8 tonight in the area of 234th and Angus. Officials aren't releasing a lot of details at this time, but Sarpy County Attorney Lee Polikoff confirms for us that this shooting happened because of a family argument. One person was hurt. Our crews on scene tell us deputies have been interviewing 2 other family members, and we will update you as soon as more details become available. We are also tracking developments of a Midtown car crash. We are learning the names of the 2 who died. They are 24-year-old Dustin Hollenbreck. He was the driver. His passenger was 20-year-old Dylan Thompson. Alex Hassel continues our coverage.
It was a frightening scene Friday night at 42nd and Leavenworth. Police say 2 men in a Buick were speeding, lost control, and hit the building of a store called It's New to You. At the time, the car was found empty at the bottom of the hill. No one knew what happened to the driver or passenger. Joseph Hunt says they almost hit him on his motorcycle when it all happened.
Just gave the bike everything it had to get out of the way. I mean, I felt it right behind me and heard it, and seen the muffler come out in front of me and bump into the wheel on my bike.
Crews worked through the night and eventually discovered the 2 bodies. Afraid of the building collapsing, they built a sort of tunnel inside using reinforced scaffolding. With a large group watching, rescue teams made the recoveries. Many were sad to see it end that way.
It's a terrible tragedy to lose people like that. It could have been avoided.
Since then, crews have been working to secure the building. With its age and such an enormous impact, the city was afraid of any more people getting hurt if it collapsed. Many say the lives lost have already been too much.
I could not believe it. I was devastated to see the damage that was done, and it just looked terrible.
Reporting with photographer Wayne Martino, I'm Alex Hassel, Channel 6 News.
Investigators aren't exactly sure how or why the driver crashed into the building. They can tell us that speed was a factor, and an autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. A crisis team has been called in to help friends of a teen killed in a crash. It happened in northeastern Nebraska Friday. The Madison County Sheriff's Office is investigating, and they tell us 17-year-old Ashley Marks was pronounced dead at the scene. They say she lost control of her car on a rural road. Her car rolled, ejecting her. Marks was the only person inside the car. She was not wearing a seatbelt. The crisis team will help Battle Creek Public School students and others impacted by the crash. We are getting images into our newsroom tonight of a motorcycle crash. The crash happened this afternoon on the Kennedy Freeway near the F Street exit. It involved one motorcyclist. You can see people gathering around him there. Omaha police aren't able to tell us who this is, but they do say he was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. Omaha police are questioning 2 men they believe may have been involved in an overnight shooting. The victim is in critical condition. An altercation began outside of a lounge and a restaurant in the area of 24th and Lake and quickly escalated. Police believe the victim was shot outside of the business. As police were arriving, they saw 2 men running from the scene. A short chase ensued, and the 2 men were caught nearby. Officials have not released the names of the 2 men taken in for questioning, whether or not they have been arrested, or the name of the man who was shot. Let's turn now to meteorologist Jill Gilardi in the Hour by Hour Forecast Center for your No Wait weather forecast. Jill.
Well, Jackie, believe it or not, we're actually tracking a little bit of moisture. Some showers and storms are going to impact the area tonight. Right now, just plain old rain, no lightning being detected. And we've seen this little batch across Iowa, a few little speckles showing up way out to our west, and we'll see this area kind of expanding. So some of us will actually get a little bit of moisture tonight. Most of the wet weather will be done by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll be lingering a little bit further westward. Temperatures starting off around 70, and then we're going to be warming to the middle 80s by 2 o'clock. And by 4 p.m., around 88 degrees for the high. Lots of sunshine, a little breezy, looking good out there. We'll have more in your planning forecast just minutes away. Jackie?
Thank you, Jill. Human error has been ruled out as the cause of a train crash in France. At least 6 people died yesterday and nearly 200 more were injured. The train was 20 minutes into a scheduled 3-hour trip to a city in central France when it derailed and crashed into a station platform yesterday. Investigators are trying to determine why the crash happened since another train had traveled safely through the station about 30 minutes before. They're also looking into why the train's third car was the first to derail. It was the deadliest crash in France in years. Texas will soon have some of the nation's most restrictive abortion laws. This after Republican lawmakers in Austin passed a bill last night that would close most of the state's abortion clinics. Today, Texas Governor Rick Perry called it a day to celebrate life and promised to sign the bill. A semi-crash closes several lanes of I-80 this morning. Just before 6, a semi-driver lost control. The trailer tipped over, blocking all the lanes from I-680 onto the westbound I-80. It's unclear exactly what went wrong here, but the roads were wet at the time of the crash. Traffic on the interstate was being diverted around the scene. There were no reports of any injuries. An Amber Alert for a girl abducted in Iowa has been canceled. The 11-year-old was taken last night in Shellsburg, Iowa, between Cedar Rapids and Waterloo, but she's apparently been found. The Amber Alert was canceled about an hour after it was issued last night. Once again, gas prices are rising. Over the past weeks, prices are up 8 cents to an average of $3.55 a gallon. A spokesman for AAA says prices could jump another 10 to 15 cents. Analysts say political unrest in Egypt could be one reason. They say traders are concerned oil shipments could be affected, and that's making the wholesale price of crude oil jump.
I don't buy into the whole conspiracy theory idea. I think there's market forces at work, and it's just not something I can control or worry about.
Right, a week ago, a plane made a crash landing at a San Francisco airport. Tonight, a milestone in the recovery is reached.
Well, something we need kind of badly would be rain, and some of us may get some of that tonight. We'll show you the radar coming up in just a few minutes. You're watching Channel 6 News, live at 10.
You're watching the Heartland's favorite choice for local news with Jackie Ochoa, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jill Gilardi, and sports with Greg Ortiz. This is Channel 6 News, 10 at 10. Join us Friday, July 19th at Stinson Park in Exarban Village to help us finish the fight against cancer. WOWT and the American Cancer Society invite you to Hope in the Heartland. For more information on attending or volunteering, visit WOWT.com or hopeintheheartlandomaha.org.
We gave you the chance to give the same luxuries to those who need it most, and you stuffed the truck full of fans and bottled water. Your donations will benefit those in need at local shelters. From all of us and all those in need, thank you.
We live in such a fast-paced world. It's always go, go, go. When I'm out for a run, it's my time. It's the best way to start your day. Crossing the line of that marathon, it's the biggest reward you can get. I want my customers to achieve their goals and go above and beyond. I'm Nikki Ledegi, and I'm one of the running experts at Shields.
It began as a promise. Son, we're going on a road trip. That promise has lasted over 30 years. Our dream is to visit every national park in America. It's been thousands of miles, countless bumps along the way, but we'll just keep moving on, pursuing this amazing dream.
Tracking inconvenient weather where you live. Channel 6 is the Weather Authority.
Well, good evening, everyone. Some clouds decide to move in across our sky, but not enough to block that sun. We had a beautiful sunset, and this picture was taken by Tim Hayes out in West Omaha. I guess he's got a great view off the deck. I'm jealous, Tim. I know you're watching, but look at that shot. Beautiful out there this evening, and with some clouds, we're going to be tracking some moisture. Rain chance, believe it or not, I actually boosted up to 30%, so kind of widely scattered in nature late tonight into tomorrow morning. A minor cool down tomorrow into Monday, and then another warm up gradual as we go into the upcoming week. So what we're tracking right now is 81 degrees. So we're seeing just a few clouds out there. Heat index of 84, how hot it feels. And we're seeing the wind still breezy. Southeast at 22 miles per hour, 62% relative humidity. The numbers off to the east, a little cooler in the 70s. We have 77 Council Bluffs, 79 in Bellevue, and then low 80s as you look westward. So the warmest air is west and the cooler air is off towards the east. A little bit more evident looking at this map. 73 in Creston, Iowa versus 81 here in Omaha, and then you've got 82 out towards Lincoln, so not quite as extreme out towards the west than it was this afternoon. The dew points, the measure of moisture is pretty sticky all the way to the river, and then it lessens up a little bit. So out towards Des Moines, a dew point of 60, not bad. A little bit on the sticky side, but not oppressive by any means. As we take a look at the big picture, you can see the massive clouds kind of coming in from the opposite direction. This is an east to west motion, kind of retrograding system. So our rain chance is going to be actually coming in from that direction late tonight. So this system is going to help us out in terms of drying us out a little bit, bringing in a little bit of cooler air, and giving us a little break from the real steamy conditions, at least for a couple days. As we take a look at the radar, looping it, not detecting any lightning, so no strikes. We've had a little band of showers develop across western Iowa, a few little speckles trying to form way out to our west, and then we have that other area of rain along I-35 that continues to form across that area. So we'll be tracking some showers that develop overnight, maybe a thunderstorm, but not expecting anything severe. Malvern all the way southward towards I-29, getting into a little bit of moisture there. We need the precipitation. So let's take a look at how much rain has been estimated to fall in the past hour. And we've seen amounts that have ranged from anywhere from about, a 1/10 of an inch to just over 1/4 of an inch. So if we go near the Oakland area, and you can see the amount just under that 1/10 of an inch amount. But we find that little blue spot, and we're talking about maybe close to 1/4 of an inch, 2/10 of an inch. So this is all good stuff across our area. We'll take, again, whatever we can get at this point. All right, let's take you through the forecast. I want to run through it for you hour by hour to help you plan out the rest of your evening and then look ahead towards tomorrow. A few showers and storms bubbling up overnight. We started you off at 11 o'clock. As we get towards 3 o'clock, notice the picture lighting up, so a better chance overnight, and we need it. We'll take, again, whatever we can get. Temperatures start to cool into the 70s. That better chance for rain starts to shift east of us by 5 o'clock in the morning, so that better chance off towards the west. I should have said west of us. Temperatures at 9 o'clock into the 70s, and we'll see gradually drier conditions throughout the day, so looking good for outdoor activities, finishing up in the U.S. Open, and also we have railroad days going on. Temperatures will be in the 80s, very comfortable afternoon setting up across our area. All right, so let's take a look at that planning forecast for you one more time. Again, 88 for tomorrow, early morning rain chance, 88 on Monday, and then here's that gradual warming trend Tuesday through much of the upcoming week. So by Friday, 95 for high, 74 for low, and even another chance for rain. So after late tonight into tomorrow morning, we get about a 5-day break before our next chance for rain. So we're going to have to continue to do some watering. I still have some plants out there. Some of them have bit the dust. My pansies have not lasted in this heat, but I do have some herbs that are doing well as long as I keep them watered. One day in the heat, they're all like this, and then I water them, they're like back again. So I got to pay attention to them.
I quite like your demonstrations of your pansies.
Thank you.
Or your herbs, excuse me. All right, thanks, Jill. All right, it's been a week since the tragic Asiana plane crash. The runway where the accident happened is now back open. Runway 28 left, which was damaged in the crash landing, has been cleared of debris and repaired and is now back in service. On Friday, crews removed the fuselage of the 777 and the runway was reopened just after 5. A Southwest Airlines jet was the first plane to land on the newly reopened runway. All 4 runways at the airport are now open. 3 people died in the crash landing. Egypt's future is uncertain as arguments over who's in charge continues. Islamist lawmakers in Egypt's disbanded upper parliamentary house demanded the return of ousted President Mohamed Morsi. They're also calling on other parliaments to not recognize the country's new army appointed leadership. They accuse the military of attempting to restore what they called a corrupt regime. This comes after the military ousted Morsi in response to the intense protests for the last few weeks. No word yet on whether he will or will not return. People living in North Carolina are dealing with downed trees and power lines today following a microburst that hit parts of the state overnight. Microbursts can cause as much or worse damage than a tornado. The extreme damage shut down roads and some areas experienced flooding and mudslides. Crews responded to at least one house fire. Even today, officials are asking people to stay home and avoid driving. All right, take a look at this video, folks. A car ends up in a hole after heavy rains completely washed away a Virginia road. A car slowed for what appeared to be a puddle at first, but then the road gave way, causing the vehicle to drive 10 feet deep into the water and mud. The two inside the car escaped with no injuries. A man driving behind them described it as a scene out of a movie. And a similar scene in Indiana last night, only this time a sinkhole took a 6-year-old boy. Rescue crews worked frantically to save the boy buried at Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore. Authorities say he fell in around 5:30. They later found him alive under 11 feet of sand. The area where the incident occurred is now closed for the weekend. An unexpected note helps commemorate a life lost in the Sandy Hook shooting. A stranger's kind gesture brings two people together. But first, let's get to those Powerball numbers. They are 2, 8, 22, 35, 37, and the Powerball is 6. You're watching Channel 6 News, live at 10.
What is basementy?
Basementy?
Does it mean everything downstairs?
Below ground level?
There's a lot going on down there.
There is a lot going on down there. So when it comes to solving basement problems, you've got to call the experts in all things basementy. Call Thrasher Basement Systems for basement water problems, cracks in cement or block, and just about any other basement issue you can think of. We're experts on everything from the ground down, so we can help protect your home's value from the ground up. Call today.
CenturyLink is piloting a new fiber network in Omaha, bringing internet speeds up to 1 gig per second, 100 times faster than today's broadband. But what is a gig? It's enough speed to power all your devices at once, download an HD movie in seconds, and unleash every business idea. But that's merely what it is. What's more impressive is what it can be. What will you do with your gig?
They say home is where the heart is. But if you ask folks around here, they'll tell you home is where a Casey's is. It's whatever you need, right when you need it. And it's been that way since we can remember. With Casey's, home is never too far away. Stop at Casey's General Store to check out great deals like Gatorade, 2 for $2.75, and get free cheese breadsticks with any large pizza. Casey's, famous for hot summer deals.
Camping World wants to make your RV dreams a reality. Now through July 25th, come to Camping World in Council Bluffs and enter for your chance to win a brand new 2014 Viking pop-up.
Also during this event, donate to Make-A-Wish Nebraska.
Stop by Camping World in Council Bluffs to make a donation and help grant wishes.
Join us in our effort to make dreams come true.
Camping World is the destination for convenient one-stop shopping on outdoor accessories, quality service, and top brand RVs. Visit Camping World of Council Bluffs today.
Channel 6 and The Reader wants to know who's the best. Tell us the businesses you know and trust in this year's Best of the Big O poll. Vote today and register to win. Ends July 31st.
A Kentucky woman found a touching surprise after returning to her car while shopping. A note from a stranger meant to keep the memory of a very important child alive. Maisie Insko explains.
It isn't what Cindy Williamson expected to see as she left a store Wednesday.
We come out of Big Lots, I noticed there was a card on my car.
The outside simply said, "For you." Inside, a $20 gift card and a handwritten note from a man who has made it his mission to make a difference.
Hello, my name is John, and I am from Newtown, Connecticut. Today would have been the 6th birthday for Madeline.
Madeline Sue was one of 26 people killed back in December at Sandy Hook Elementary. In the card, John Priest says he and his Newtown, Connecticut family do something special on the birthday of every victim. Wednesday would have been Madeline's birthday. Williamson says she doesn't know what brought the family to Central Kentucky, but she has an idea of why the family picked her.
The only thing I can think of is I have, rest in peace, Matt Shackelford on the back of my car.
Matt Shackelford was Williamson's son, who died 3 years ago.
He was the world to me. It hurt very bad when I lost him. Good thing is I got a blessing out of it.
That blessing was her son's daughter, who Williamson now cares for. The gift card from the Priest family went straight to her.
Needed a strainer for my granddaughter's swimming pool, and I couldn't afford it. I had been off work for knee surgery from Johnson Controls, and so this is what got my granddaughter's strainer for her swimming pool.
That was Maisie Insko reporting. The U.S. Senior Open here in Omaha is making history. Find out what record Michael Allen is breaking, and we'll fill you in on just how tight the competition is. That's after the break.
Past 2 U.S. Olympic swimming trials here.
Hello? Hola?
Afternoon recess is in full swing at McDonald's McCafe Hour. Indulge in a mocha, chocolate chip, or caramel frappe, or any of our other McCafe beverages, all $1 off between 2 and 5 p.m. It's more afternoon refreshment to love.
What's a 5-letter word for chop?
Mince.
Yeah.
Who needs a top off?
Let's go.
Did you know nearly 3/4 of all home accidents happen in the bathroom? And bathroom falls account for more than 1/3 of all injuries that end in disability. These statistics shouldn't be a concern for you and your family because Rebath specializes in walk-in tubs and tub-to-shower conversions that fit beautifully in any bathroom.
Call by Wednesday for $600 off your safety conversion.
Now, news and highlights from inside the Channel 6 Sports Machine. Brought to you by Bank of the West.
Michael Allen opened round 3 of the U.S. Senior Open with the largest 36-hole lead in the history of the event. But heading into Sunday's final round, that trophy's up for grabs. Huge crowds at Omaha Country Club for the weekend, 32,000. Corey Pavin set the pace early on. He drops a 64. Low round of the day, moving to 4 under for the tournament. Kenny Perry also had it all working today. On 17 after a monster drive, chips it to within 3 feet of the hole, sinks the bird to get to 6 under par. Freddie Funk, an up and down day, but comes on strong on the back 9. On 18, sneaking it in the side door from about 30 feet. He's tied with Perry at 6 under par. Nice fist pump. And round 2 leader Michael Allen coming back to the pack. First on 16, missing the 5-footer for par, drops to 9 under there. Then on 18, after playing from the rough, misses another par putt. He shoots 2 over for the day, but he still will take a 2-stroke lead into the final round at OCC.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thing. If you said, Mike, you have a 2-shot lead going to send you off to play, I'd be pretty happy. I'd take it. You know, I feel like Kenny or Fred, these guys are all good players, and they like to make birdies, and I'm sure they're going to make their share. So I know for me, I'm going to have to go out and make some birdies and be aggressive to have a chance to win out here tomorrow for sure.
You know, he could have just put the one more really good round today, and he's out of here. See ya. But, you know, he's catchable now, so we'll see.
You know, incredible round, 6 under, so I'm within 2, I think, right now. So I did what I was wanting to do. So I got a good shot tomorrow if I can put another good round together.
Once again, Allen sits at 8 under par after a 72. Kenny Perry, Fred Funk right on his heels, just 2 shots back. Corey Pavin 4 back at 4 under par, and Rocco Mediate 5 shots off the lead at 3 under. Final round coverage Sunday, 2 p.m. here on WOWT. Doug McDermott and the USA men were knocked out of the World University Games medal rounds Friday with their loss to Canada. But Jordan Hooper and the women playing for a trip to the finals against Australia. The winner gets Russia in the gold medal game. Solid outing from Hooper, 5 points, 5 rebounds. The three-pointer put USA up by 16 in the third quarter. But after a furious comeback, Australia had a chance for the win. Mariana Tolo couldn't hit the winner. USA escapes 79-78. They'll play Russia Monday for the gold medal. Storm Chasers hosting Round Rock out at Warner Park. Attack of the Babies. Watch out. Starting the third inning, Max Ramirez singles up the middle. That scores Christian Colon from second base. Omaha takes a 1-0 lead. Sixth inning, Irving Falou up. He grounds back to the pitcher, but throws it away at second. Ramirez trots home. 2-0 Omaha. Chasers combined for a 6-hit shutout. They win 2-0, 4 games out of first place. Big club on the road at Old School Cleveland. Loving the uniforms. Alex Gordon already an all-star, and he's making a case for another gold glove. Robbing Nick Swisher of a double in left field. Take that one again. Full extension. Nice grab. Into the sixth inning, bases loaded though, and nobody's catching this one. Lonnie Chisenhall, the granny. Royals fall 5-3. They're 4 games under 500. And finally, Darren Ruff making the most of his call-up with the Phillies. Into the seventh inning, the former Creighton star, A.B. See you later. Solo shot to deep center, ties the game against Chicago at 2 apiece. And then into the eighth, Ruff doing it with the defense. On the foul ball, chases it down, sliding over the shoulder grab, but even with Ruff, it's not enough. Phillies fall 5-4. So shaping up to be a good one out at Omaha Country Club.
Yeah.
Michael Allen 2 shots ahead of a couple other guys. Channel 6 has the coverage tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Craig. And we'll be right back with more.
BillionAuto.com.
Hold on to me as we go.
It's time to pursue our dreams, to chase what we believe in. It's time to work, to give it our very all and not give up. American Family Insurance believes your dreams deserve the best protection. That's why we're committed to being there for you every step of the way.
I'm gonna make this place your home.
Things are really moving at your neighborhood bakers. Every time you shop here, you'll earn fuel points. It's like saving twice. Once on food with low bakers prices, and again on fuel when you rack up those fuel points. So get a move on and save.
Right now, earn 2 times your fuel points every time you shop. And you choose from thousands of items to earn your points. Great food, low prices at Baker's.
It's the music.
It's Kiss FM. It's your favorite radio station. When your radio makes you want to move.
When you have a great melody,
A song can last
forever.
People know your song because it's on the radio. I love it when the beat goes boom, boom. Kiss FM.
96.1 Kiss FM is the way I get to you.
Without the radio,
a hit just would not be a hit.
the biggest song, the biggest artist,
All in one place.
96.1 Kiss FM.
I'll see you there.
Greg Young Chevrolet celebrates those who go the extra mile for education. Knowledge is the key to success. It opens doors of limitless opportunity for the future. Sometimes it helps to have someone to turn to who can show you the way. Every week, Greg Young Chevrolet will present a cash award to a teacher, tutor, mentor, or volunteer who works to help others change their lives. If you know someone who goes the extra mile for education, Nominate them by going to WOWT.com and clicking on the Greg Young button.
A pair of animals in Poland prove love has no limits. A cat belonging to a Polish family found a baby duck close to the pond. The duck then followed the cat home. A member of the family said when they first saw the duck, it was all wet, and the cat actually helped to warm it up, and since then, the two animals have been inseparable.
Too cute.
Too cute.
Too cute.
I don't know what could be cuter than that.
I love those kickers. They're the best.
Forecast is pretty cute.
Yeah, I like those 80s. That's seasonable. So we've got 88 both next 2 days, and a chance for rain before 5 a.m.
Thanks, folks, for joining us. Late report, a Susquehanna